Peace, everyone. This is Kaishim with Fortified Fitness and Strength. Welcome back to my 52-week training vlog. This is week 3 of my road back to USA Powerlifting's Raw Nationals. I'm looking forward to competing there for the first time as a Masters 1 athlete in 2019. I've been there before on 2 other occasions, but this time will be my first time as one of the old guys, so to speak. So I'm looking forward to that. Right now, I'm really more focused on a meet on January 13th here in Southern Maryland. I should say in Southern Maryland. I'm in Baltimore, so that's about an hour and a half away. But that's where I hope to achieve the qualifying total as a Masters 1 lifter. I think it's like 1,350. So that's not something I have any real worry about. I should be able to make that fairly easily. But we don't take anything for granted. Still have to get under the bar and make the lifts. Now, most weeks I'm only getting in the gym twice a week. I've been able to condense my training into 2 sessions per week where I still end up squatting twice a week, benching twice a week, doing some deadlift variation once a week, and maybe another back movement once a week, along with some abs and a little extra stuff here and there. But this particular week, I had to split things up into 4 different sessions instead of 2, just the way scheduling worked out. Having to pick children up from dance and whatnot, it just didn't work with the 2 sessions this week. And that's one of the reasons I actually keep it that way. It builds in flexibility so that if I do have to, say, cut a session short, it's not that big a deal. I can just tack it on to another day and still get it done over the course of a week. Also, since I mentioned abs, but I haven't actually shown myself doing any, I guess it's worth noting just briefly. There are a couple of ab machines in the gym that I've been using for the last couple of months, and it's the first time that I've really done any dedicated ab work in a while. But it's just really boring. That's part of the reason it took me a while to even get back to doing direct ab work. And I just haven't included any in the videos because I just don't think it's something that anybody really wants to see. I barely want to do it. So I'm just convinced nobody really wants to see somebody sitting on an ab machine. But I do hit this torso rotation, and then there's like this crunch machine, crunch or sit-up machine that I hit about at least I try to get to one of them every session. Now for deadlifts, if you did not see my week 1 video, what you'll notice here is that I train deadlifts as single rep sets. At least for the overwhelming majority of the work sets that I do, they're just sets of 1. But I do them under time constraints. Like I'm trying to minimize my rest periods in between and get them done with, say, no more than a minute to minute and a half of rest between pulls. So on this particular day, I went up 20 pounds from the last deadlift session I did. I did 475 pounds for 10 singles before. On this day, that was in week 1. In week 3, here we are at 495 for 10 singles. And these got done in a total of 13 minutes. That's clocked, clocked from the end of the first pull to the end of the 10th. And you'll see me hitting the stopwatch to start and stop the timer for both of those, or on each of those sets. So that comes out to about 84 seconds on average between pulls, and that's not too bad. I'll take that. I'm not sure where I'm going from here as far as weight on the bar, but I'm pretty sure that the next deadlift session, which should be in week 5, and then they may occur with a little more frequency after that going into the January 13th meet. I'll probably pull up to a heavier single, probably 5 something, and then back off to, say, 475, 485, 495, maybe as low as 465. All this depends on how I feel, and do a certain number of back off reps from there. Watching this over as I'm recording this commentary also reminds me I need to order some chalk. I mean, I often use Versa grips, those things that you see around my wrists and hands. I use them for some of my deadlift sets, but usually not all of them like I've been doing the last few weeks. I'm just out of chalk, and I need to order some. And I don't know why I keep forgetting, but I'm glad I see this now. It's a reminder. So as soon as I hit upload on this video, I better go on a website and order some chalk. Now remember, I'm 42 years old, and here I am squatting for the third time in this given week. That's because the squats that I was supposed to do at the end of week 2 didn't get done, so they got tacked on to the beginning. They became the beginning of week 3. I point that out because there seems to be this notion that as you get older, everything's in automatic decline once you hit 40, and you can't do things as frequently or as heavy as maybe you did when you were 30 something or in your 20s. You just have to manage this stuff. You can do it, but you may have to manipulate. I won't say will. May have to. You will have to manipulate the frequency, the intensity. You have to change some things around, but you can do that. And the great news is that you'll survive. And the even better news is you can make progress. You just have to program what you're doing properly or in a smart way. And all the smart programming in the world, unfortunately, wasn't going to save me from missing that second rep on the 280 extended pause bench press. But so you don't make every lift. I try to, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. The most important thing is making the competition lifts in competition on the platform. So hopefully all this training leads to that happening 9 times on January the 13th. That's just about going to wrap up this week 3 recap. 49 weeks to go. I hope any of you who are watching this are inspired by a regular guy working a regular job, family, children, not a genetic freak or anything, just trying to put in some work and be the best version of himself that he can be. If so, please click like for the video. Please hit the subscribe button. Stay up with everything that we're doing. Going ahead to Raw Nationals and the other topics that I hope to cover on this channel. Until the next time, I hope you'll do everything you can to get stronger, grow wiser, and live better. Thanks for watching, and talk to you the next time.